Hi Leo, I love you, honey. Yes, you're gonna hear a fan. So we're gonna shuffle a Celtic. This is a learner's deck. We haven't used it for quite some time, so let's see. I love you, Leo. Thank you for like, sharing, subscribing. Let's see. For the zodiac signs, Leo. Holy angels, holy spirits. To the divine above. Angels and ancestor guides. What is it that Leo can know today? I will make sure you can see the table. I didn't realize you couldn't see it last time. 5 swords. Oh, 5 swords and Ace of Cups. 9 wands. The Lovers. 8 swords. 3 wands. 3 cups. Page of Swords. 7 pentacle. And 5 wands. Leo, they literally put you in competition. But figuring out, there is none when it comes to you. There is none. You're the number 1 contender here. Let's see. So where your reading's going to start out is the 5 swords. So that's stress, anxiety, sleepless nights in a small way. Comes with a lot of conflict and drama, competition, ego, defeat, sneakiness. Well, 5 to 10 swords, you doubled their money. Feeling defeated, depleted, stabbed in the back, lied to, betrayed. There's a failure to communicate here, honey. Knight of Wands. 7 swords. Well, see those 5 swords? This person's packing them around. You will help someone do something, but you're not going to help someone that doesn't help themselves. Especially when it comes to sexual endeavors. Starting those small contracts, you reconsidered your boundaries, and you're clear on those boundaries. And whoever you were clear to it to, they feel like they failed. This is a deep wound that hurts. Here comes the sun, little darling. Happiness, bliss, naked baby on a pony. You enlightened the interest on what a soulmate heartbreak really feels like. Ooh. Well, who's been deceptive? What's the 7 swords? Three swords. 10 wands. 10 wands is going to clarify the challenge. I'll tell you what, that's heart pressure. Freedom of perspectives. If they would have just took a risk. If they would have been the person to take risk. You know, the 10 wands. What is in the 10 wands? We know what the Ace of Cups is. You know, that's new love. That is blessing from the divine. But love in this relationship weighs heavy. Yep. Somebody in the past coming back. This is a past life soulmate twin flame connection. Falsely committed. Magician. 10 swords, because there was nothing else left to challenge in competition. Oh, because they put you in competition and there was no competition there to be competized by. You know, when you ask yourself or your person here, hey, is that the one? Maybe I'll go over here and go to this other one, and if they're the one, I'll go to them later. That doesn't happen with the Leo. Especially after Leo's been clear to you what their boundaries are and why. Now the interest is being reconsidered. There's an inspiration of the freedom, the risk, that would have been a limitless potential, but there was a lot of resilience here and persistence. Reconsidering the boundaries that was set. True grit, baby. It's the Wheel of Fortune, the change and the turning point. Oh, it was hidden in your destiny on an earthly level of equal give and take of stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights. What one of you go through, the other one has to go through. That way when you meet up, you understand each other. That's what that is. It's hidden in your destiny. It's a reconsideration of what you're interested in for the both of you. Why? To prioritize the lover's connection. To prioritize the lover's commitment, which is a divine union. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom. Oh my goodness. One of you shockingly left the other one behind for a wish fulfillment of being rich. Uh-oh. And when you get the Chariot, the Cancer energy, you have the Judgment cross there. That's a breaker 19 calling on the divine. Father, can you hear me kind of thing? What's in the Tower there? Finding peace and contentment with the Queen of Wands, feminine fire sign. Strength card, low vibe and power. A plan and preparation of a spiritual offer of they're looking for. Here comes the Queen of Swords looking for them with a different perspective of challenging and struggling, juggling with being free from the responsibility. But here's the sixth sense was more abundant with the transition of the sun. Well, they probably should have transitioned with the sun. Spiritual enlightenment. Being able to be happy. Nothing to worry about. When you're in a lover's connection, you don't have children with that person. So that's one thing you'll never have to fight about. And in this lifetime, that's a big commitment. What's at the top of your spread? The Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. You know, the pages are a spark, an interest, a discovery, a message of a small contract. Clarifying what the Eight Swords was. Well, anytime you're in the Eight Swords, you know it's time to reflect. This is an independent, soul-searching reflection kind of moment. One of those long drives. Yep. To assess the investments of stress, anxiety, and sleepless nights. To be able to figure out where all the stress is coming from. Where would the divine feminine be in the Eight Swords, Page of Pentacles? Five Cups, man, Page of Wands. She's interested, but she's unemotionally fulfilled. She's at an emotional loss here, she said. Nothing she can do about it. Masculine. Strength card. Four of Cups. It's an offer of power. He could have ignored. This got Judgment. Queen of Wands. Yep. He realizes now what this offer comes with, what kind of power this offer comes with, and he's like, daggone it. So what's he saying about the Strength card? Get the Queen of Cups offer, a plan and preparation of judgment. Yep, because the Queen of Wands made a stand and stepped back because the third party got the perspective for a long time emotionally, and here's the Devil and the Page of Swords. It's the karmic watching or the devil's always watching. Yep. And the Wheel of Fortune with the Devil here and the Moon. It's the devil's always watching. Because if you do not take the spiritually divine offer because of one of his flying monkeys, then he's in control next. He gets the next offer. That's what's going to cause independent reflections. Shadow working. The stars in that lantern. And the star is what needs to be found here. Which is having hope, faith, and balance. Renewal of life again. While you're living. The acknowledgement of how free you can be. You shouldn't be tied down for anything here if you don't want to be, regardless of what it is. Well, what's coming in your reading? Oh, gosh. The Queen of Cups. Cancer energy. Could be planning and preparing for rapid growth and progress, for spiritual. 2 Pentacles. 8 Cups. 5 Swords, 5 Pentacles. So you have a Cancer energy here, or a feminine water sign that's struggling with walking away emotionally in secret. That's what the moon is there. So she's having a hard time walking away from the masculine. Why is she in Leo's reading? Through a plan and preparation and foresight. She's vibing low, emotionally low. Here's feminine judgment. Feminine call for judgment because of the confusion. Queen of Cups got her fucked up with another bitch down the street. Well, no wonder the Queen of Cups is struggling. Dang it. Where's the masculine here with the Queen of Cups and the 3 of Wands? Oh, he's powering up, baby. Could be drinking a little bit. You got 10 Cups. That's fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. He's manifesting protection. 7 Wands. He's manifesting a stance on the confusion. There's your Magician and your 8 Swords, manifesting, confused on what he wishes for until he was enlightened. You know, once you're spiritually enlightened, your wishes change. Perspectives, views, and the way you manifest them. The longer you manifest, the easier it gets. Your internal energy, 3 Cups, 6 Wands. Whoever you come together with in public, Leo, it's a success. A public recognition of a get-together in public. You're acknowledged. And that's the 3 of Wands. That's the plan and preparation. Ooh, King of Cups. You got the King to the Queen of Cups. And 3 of Wands, the Lovers. 7 Cups. Your internal energy, you know this person fucked you over. I mean, it's not that they had sex with someone, but mentally, they tried to screw you over. I mean, your reading started out with 15 swords. So, the tower that hit, it hit good. That tower is what's going to bring the new perspective, the whole new urge, and divine timing. Ooh. What would this Scorpio energy be planning and preparing? What's the King of Cups energy right here for the collective and Leo energy? Leo, you can't make this shit up. Spiritually balanced devil. Sparking the interest. Hey, you want some? Nope. Looking for the King of Wands. Support in the transition of his spiritual marriage through the power of successfully recognizing the divine above. He's going to have to say no. And it better be a hard fucking no. Damn it. Who's this pair for the divine feminine? She left. The divine told her, get out of here. If you're second guessing yourself, go over there and fix it. King of Wands. She said, leave his ass. The divine told the feminine to get out of there. And she did. This masculine right here is turning his back on whatever the Queen of Cups has prepared for him. And she could be struggling with him secretly walking away from his emotions. That's the cycle that's happening in the moon. The moon is in the back of the 8 Cups. Dang it. External. Page of Swords, looking for some truth, some sort of clarity, some sort of sign. 3 Pentacles, they could be looking to work together with you. Let's see. Oh, the Lovers in reverse. A new perspective after the Lovers separation. New energy. Come right back out, assessing the investments until the end. They want to invest with you. Oh, until the end. No responsibilities of family. Ooh. They don't want responsibility of a home, and they don't want you to have responsibility of a home. This is eloping away from home. Maybe coming home every once in a while. Adapt to the lover's connection. You got to be able to go ahead and call for judgment quickly and say, fuck them, let's go, honey. You know, Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. 4 of Pentacles, 3 Swords. One of you holds something in your heart. Try to find peace and following through, but the focus was low vibe and contract, which caused the conflict and drama and competition. That cycle, this masculine trusts that this cycle is over because there's nothing else there to argue about. It's over. Where would be the divine feminine in this reading, Leo, when it comes to the Page of Swords and 3 Pentacles? The acknowledgement of what you're looking for. 9 Wands, the reconsideration of her boundaries. King of Swords, she says she knows exactly what she's looking for. He's the one that needs to think about it. He needs to think about who he lets into his boundaries when it comes to sex, flirtatious energy. She wants him to respect himself a little more. Be more strategic and honest with himself. Damn. Your advice in this reading? The Chariot and the 7 Pentacles. This is going to happen. There will be some forward movement through willpower, journey. Knight of Cups. It's a fight with friends. A conflict with the Knight of Cups. Pisces energy. This masculine could be having an inner conflict with the self when it comes to his emotions. Through this conflict and drama. What's the Knight of Pentacles before we go any further? This has been coming for a long time. That's the perspective without support on hold of an argument. Ooh. There's one argument waiting to happen. And it's going to be soon. Like in the next 5 to 7 days. And once this argument happens, it will be time for this Chariot to move. 10 Swords. 10 Swords. Queen of Cups. Nothing else to work with. You got the Empress, divine timing. Unknowingly, the Queen of Wands in interest. Yep, it's going to happen quick. Going to happen quick because of the potential outcome. You have that 5 Wands in Justice. Whoever they had in competition with you, it's been spiritually balanced. It's been stamped. Spiritually stamped. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven, honey. They also have to justify to this competition. Where's the feminine when it comes to justice and the 5 Wands? She's got clarity. And see, the Justice is 5D clarity. So where the feminine is, this 10 Wands, Magician. Heavy responsibility to manifest a different path of interest when being blindsided and having to reinitiate your boundaries. Or she keeps having to say, I'm sorry, but I'm saving myself for someone. It's a low vibe and argument of being free or taking a risk in marriage on an earthly level with the masculine. Right there's the wish fulfillment, dream coming true. This feminine is turned all her wishes internal. All of her wishes, they're internal now. She hopes the masculine's okay, but she's not forcing him to see the light anymore. If you don't want to fucking see it, you don't want to fucking see it. There is your 10 Wands, Ace of Cups. Here's your Ace of Cups and 8 Wands. High Priestess, she's intuitive love. She said, I'll just talk to you from the 5D. You can't hear me? It's your motherfucking problem. Because she's seen it for what it is. He has another woman. It's not her problem. 9 Cups. If that's what he wished for, then that's the devil he has to master. Damn. She says, it's your problem you're drinking hot water. Drink it. Woo. Where's the masculine when it comes to justice and the 5 Wands? 5 Pentacles. The Fool. Okay, so he took a risk in this low vibing, low self-esteem energy. The Six Pentacles is an equal give and take. That's the Queen of Wands. But he has nothing else to work with when it comes to truth. Well, yes, it does. It's going to clarify where the confusion's coming from. And that's the only way that he's going to be able to talk to her like a soulmate should. Intuitively. Talking about love. Talking about the blessing. Starting over, a brand new beginning in an offer once they enlighten the Queen of Cups. They have to tell the Queen of Cups about the feminine. They don't want to tell her to her. They don't want to tell her to her face, for some reason, but they have to. They have to set those boundaries before they can come in to you, feminine. What do they have to tell the Queen of Cups? Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom. It's in reverse. Ace of Swords. Tower hasn't happened yet because the Ace of Swords has to come out. Independently, unemotionally fulfilled, on hold, in secret, low vibing energy, strength, breadcrumb the Leo energy with a new perspective of being heartbroken, the Queen of Swords. The Mouthline has to tell the Queen of Cups that she's a broken soul. She's really a Queen of Swords. She thinks too much. And she actually brings problems onto herself. And when she brings problems onto herself, she's got the Mouthline thinking that he's stupid. But now he's realizing that all that was just a brainwash. If there was one thing that the Divine Feminine could change, what would it be? She wished she would have found peace in the deception. The Seven Swords is what this reading starts out with. She said, if there's something she can change, what would she change? It's all the deception and static in how to find peace and connection with her King of Wands. She wishes he would go ahead and free himself. She's wishing him power and peace. What about the 9 Cups she wishes? She wished he wouldn't love 9 people. Or the love of another woman. She independently turned her back on it. And held back. Because this is not going to be a friends with... That's 3 kids. Either 3 children or tried to take action 3 different times. It's a challenge to communicate. Flirtatious communication, the feminine doesn't like it. It fucks with her peace. And there's the Queen of Wands and the Devil. With the boom shakalaka boom boom and the Queen of Swords. Queen of Wands said, fuck all you are. Him and his flying monkeys. Justice. Don't ever correct on earth what needs to be corrected in heaven. Spiritually balanced flying monkeys. Damn it. If the masculine could change one thing, Judgment. When he was struggling to make the final and firm decision, 2 Pentacles and the Lovers, 2 Pentacles and Judgment. He wished he could rebound the Judgment call. What's in the 2 Pentacles? He wished he could go back. He falsely committed to the spark of interest. And look, the divine brought him clarity. Literally brought him clarity. Truly spiritual. Spiritually balanced emotions. Feminine. You change this masculine's life without lifting a finger because of however they made you feel. It returned to sender. Now they have a different perspective on support on the 10 wands in reverse. They're no longer going to be picking up other people's fucking problems. They have successfully recognized what this nostalgic soulmate connection is about when it comes to you. 3 Pentacles in reverse. 8 Cups. They're not going to rebuild with this. That's a change and transition of confusion. You know, ending all of the mental restrictions and the mind imprisonment about the offer and where they stand in the offer. They're going to stress. They said that this masculine said that he will stress until he talks to this feminine. The ending of the cycle is stressful. Because the 10 Cups is in reverse. It's divorce. They have to leave home. Magician. It's trickery. They feel like they've been tricked. For the lover and soulmate. For the divine union soulmate. Sparking the interest of Scorpio energy. Could be a rich Scorpio. But it only 10 times folded the spiritual enlightenment. When it comes to the Queen of Cups, he's reconsidering. He's doing a lot of reflections. Secretly, he's spending some time alone because the truth is hidden here about the third party. Uh-oh. Unknown. There's something he didn't know about the other woman. And the 4 of Swords is a rest and recuperating card. Like a meditating state. What is he meditating on? 3 of Cups. It's third party challenge, conflict, and drama. It's a fight. Unemotionally fulfilled and confused. He has to literally tell her that she's the one that's confused. Because it's blocking him from what he's looking for. But now it's time for him to be strategic. It's time for him to start thinking straight. With the star. Hope, faith, balance, renewal of a situation. It's coming forward. Oh, look, to start it over with the feminine, masculine. He's waiting to rush in on an earthly level of low vibing energy with brand new energy. To block it out where he can focus on following through with leaving it all behind to go fix his own problems here. Because he can't even hear himself think. He said, how am I going to be able to talk to my feminine intuitively if I can't even talk to my fucking self there? Good point, masculine. I love you guys.